Hello everybody, it's Milkbox, and I've seen the new Batman vs Superman movie, and I'm gonna give my honest thoughts on the film. There will be some spoilers, but like not a lot, but like I may say something that's may affect like 1% of the movie. Basically, if you want something that's completely spoiler free, don't look here. But if you want something that's not gonna really spoil the movie, but maybe mention one or two things that don't really matter, then you stay here. Anyway, first question. Ben Affleck as Batman. Everybody was like, "Ugh." Well, I think he was a good Batman. I think he was actually the best live action Batman to date. Why do I think that? Well, the fight scenes with him are really good. They are like how Batman would react in a situation by like how he hits people, how hard he's hitting them, how he's moving around, how brutal he is. It's so much like I'd expect Batman. And has when he talks as Batman, it's not like him. It's not like the other guy. I forget what his name is. Christian or something. Christian. It's no. Oh, it was Christian Bale. I was right. I was right. Well, anyway, I think he was a better Batman than Christian Bale because Christian Bale was literally like he was literally like changing his voice as he spoke as Batman, but this Batman has like a voice thing that changes his voice and makes it different. It's good, and the Batsuit as well looks really good. It looks like I would expect a Batman to look, and for the most part, I really liked him. I think he nailed it as Batman. Maybe Bruce Wayne was a little different, but definitely as a Batman, he was good. Um, I still don't think the newest Superman guy. I don't think he's any better than Christopher, because you see, I don't know. It's just something about the other Superman that really stood out to me, that really looked like a Superman. And this guy, he's good, but he's just not the Superman that I know. And once again, like, putting his glass on, taking them off, I don't really see a difference. So is I could with the other guy. Um, that's not to say he's a bad actor. He's just not my favorite Superman. He definitely plays a pretty decent Superman to some degree, and certainly has that like happy, altruistic Superman feel. But I still just he's just there for me. And the guy who played Lex Luthor, fucking what's his name, Jesse Eisenberg, didn't like his appearance in the film whatsoever. He was probably one of the worst things about the movie. Um, because it was just like his idiosyncrasies, how he acted on the screen. He was like a mix between like how the Joker would act and like his voice and how he spoke seemed like how the Riddler would do things. He was very crazy and it just didn't work for me. And like he's not crazy. He's on stage talking to 1,000 people and he's like acting like a weirdo. And it's just not like the Lex Luthor that I came to know. Like he didn't seem like Lex Luthor from the comics that I knew. He didn't seem like the guy who was he didn't seem as intelligent. He was just like some crazy guy, which is a shame. And like the hair thing, I don't quite understand. Like, sure, he has his hair shaved off at the end, but just what? Why even bother? My biggest problem with the new Batman is that he actually kills people, which just makes no fucking sense. Like Batman's moral code isn't to kill. It's not to touch a gun. He doesn't want to be their level. Now you don't see him run and shoot a guy in the head. You don't see him right. You technically don't see him kill anybody because you don't see their bodies, right? But you know they died because you know that like one scene somebody throws a grenade at him, he throws the grenade back, and they go to grab the grenade and they explode with a grenade in their hand. They are obviously dead. And there's times where he just shoot with this. He has a gun on his he has a gun in this one scene, and he shoots this man's like propane tank on his back, and he explodes. They are obviously very dead by now. Like he doesn't shoot a man directly, but he causes an explosion to mask that, and they technically should have died. I understand like in the Arkham games that you could do moves that could be seen as killing people, but in the game you can see their bodies and it says unconscious. The difference here is that there's a guy in the car and the car's exploded with him in it. He's probably dead. So I don't quite understand why that is. It's just that's the only problem with this new Batman. If you took that away, you would have had amazing. I love the Batman. Just this killing factor makes no sense. I mean, why? I have some ideas, but we'll get to it like right now, actually. Um, you could say, well, what if like you see like the Joker's wrote over a Robin suit at some point? Maybe it turned him, more insane. Yeah, okay, cool. But see, this is what works. This is why this movie could have been really good, and this is why it's pretty average. See, Deadpool was a good movie because it was a standalone. It didn't try to really set itself up for another movie. It was just there. It didn't. It didn't try to be. It didn't try to set itself up for another movie. Where this one sets itself up from like all angles. Like the first few minutes, the first few like the hour, the first hour is good, and then after that, then like you start to see like ideas where the Justice League will come from. I mean that's okay, but you see when you want to make your film move it and mold into something else, that's sad because as a standalone, it would have been amazing, but it sets up like four different movies, and that's sad because I don't even think like this is how the Avengers do it and all the Marvel movies. There's not really any like hints throughout the movies to like show another movie until you get to the end. Like that's the end thing. Oh, here's the Avengers, join them, or something like that. But it's never really stated in the movie itself. It's never gone throughout the movie, and it's never like constantly thrown at you. And like you don't have these characters making like small cameos. They don't really matter much just to be shoehorned in. You don't get that with Marvel movies, and if you do, it's not as in your face. Um, but let's move on. You got the Doomsday fight. Now, Doomsday in this one, I don't understand how he was designed. He doesn't remind me of a Doomsday, just like the Hulk to me. I know the Hulk is Marvel. Please don't confuse me with it saying that I don't know anything about DC and Marvel, but he just feels like the Hulk to me. It doesn't really seem like Doomsday. It would have been cool if he had that little like white hair and everything, but nah. That's at least going off the Doomsday I know best. And why was General Zod Doomsday? I mean, I understand that like that's against Kryptonian law or something, that was like an abomination, but it felt unnecessary and just bring back Zod because why not? I mean, you could have just made Doomsday just crash into Earth, and I mean, Doomsday is pretty much there just to set up Lex Luthor as an enemy, so that in future movies Lex Luthor can be a big bad guy. That's literally Doomsday's only real purpose. And I think his name is Jeremy Irons. I think is I'll look into that. Yeah, I was right, Jeremy Irons. I'm very conscious about like making mistakes when I speak about things. But yeah, he was an amazing Alfred. Like I loved how he acted as Alfred, but like I don't see him as like and Alfred I know is very sarcastic and very like just makes jokes. Very supportive of Batman. Like pretty much his father. He's like his father figure. I didn't see too much of that. Like as an actor, as portraying a person, he was great, but I don't think he was the best Alfred. But I I liked him as a character. I liked a lot of the people as characters actually. I headset is falling off. There we go. I liked him a lot. So I'd be interested to see how his performance is in the Suicide Squad, assuming he's in it, because I know Batman's in it. So if if Ben Affleck is in it, then I assume Jeremy Irons would be in it as Alfred. So let's hope that that's a thing. But you'd think Alfred, as a father figure, would say to Bruce, like, "Why the fuck you killing people? That's not nice." Like you just think that like that's what separates Batman from the villains, that he's on the edge of being a villain, but he's just not there yet because he hasn't killed people. And like Alfred and like these other people are the only ones stopping him from doing that. But like, yeah, he breaks his gun code when he shoots Darkseid with the that bullet. But that's the thing, is that like that's the only real time he's ever really used guns. And I know like he has guns in like some other things, like especially Dark Knight Returns, but like I don't ever remember him using a gun for the effect of killing people. Um, so that's a shame, really. It upset me that that aspect of Alfred didn't exist, that guardian figure. Um, and Wonder Woman's appearance, didn't quite understand. Like I said, she was just shoehorned in. That's what it felt like. Her appearance was just really not needed. And like it was nice to see her the lasso of truth at one part. That was amazing and kick ass. But like it felt kind of pointless, really. To have Wonder Woman there, just don't. It's just to set up another movie. That was literally, if she wasn't there, if you just remove her from the screen, like, she doesn't even do anything anyway. She just throws the lasso around Doomsday at one point, and that's pretty much all she does. She has no real purpose to be in the film. Like, she does 4 things which are important, and you could have just removed her and changed some scenes slightly, and she wouldn't be needed. It's not like trying to take Batman away. Like, you need these characters, but like especially Wonder Woman, you didn't need her. And like I don't quite understand why Wayne Manor was in ruins. Like, maybe that this goes back, like, if it's in ruins, that's okay, but explain it. But don't make us rely on seeing another movie to see why it's burnt. It makes no sense. It's just irritating to know that in order to see the full story, you have to look at this story and this story and this story. Just have it as a standalone, okay? Just have it as a standalone. You don't need to set up all these other films. We'll watch them at some point. That's the thing. We all will hate movies. But if it comes to something that we're grown up with, like DC, Marvel, most of us will probably watch it because we're interested in seeing what they've done or how they fucked it up. So, yeah, please don't set up other movies, because you had a good movie here, and adding some stupid features did mess it up. And like, you got some other Justice League members appear in the film, like Cyborg and the Flash and all, but they only appear for like 3 seconds. So once again, shoehorned in just to set up another movie. There is no point. It's nice to see them, but yeah. And one good thing, at least we didn't really get too much of an origin story of Batman. It was just basic. This guy, his parents got shot. He become Batman. That's it. Please keep to that. We don't need to know an origin story for Batman. We don't need one anymore. What we do need, though, is a good origin story, I think, for Joker in this one, because I know there's a lot of hate on this Joker. Don't make it the main focus of the story, though. Make a very brief origin story for the Joker, just why he did what he did. Even if you don't even have to, just like The Killing Joke is the best origin story that I like, and it's probably the most well-known origin story. But yeah, don't force an origin story in if it doesn't belong, because most people who go to see these films don't really understand DC or Marvel. If you saw a Marvel film, they don't understand much about stories, and they get confused because they're just not real fans. And for us as fans of the series, we don't like it when an origin story is toyed with. Like, as a fan of Batman, I take issue with the fact he's shooting people. If other people are Batman fans and okay with that, then that's fine. I'm sure the Superman fans will take issue with some Superman things. That's fine. But origin stories are never really needed, and it's more often than not that it's the character's actions and how they do stuff which defines the character, not the origin. We don't need to know the beginning. We just need to know the journey. And that's like pretty much like all I can think of talking about. Like, I love the fight scenes and the special effects, and I like the movie as general. I thought it was great. Like I said, there are some issues I took with the film, but overall, if you are a fan of these things, go and watch it. You're probably going to see it at some point anyway, so there's no point holding back. And like, there are films like The Suicide Squad and all which are coming out, which still have a lot of hate. I'll probably still see it. I like popcorn a lot as well, so that's another reason. But yeah, just give it a chance, and you may like it. Well, anyway, that's enough from me. See ya. Hey everybody, thanks for watching that video I just did. If you want to help out the channel, click that subscribe button up there. It does this. Oh, interesting. And maybe you might want to give me a thumbs up. That's cool. And don't forget to check out my social media, such as Twitter, Tumblr, or Facebook. I post on them sometimes, and people like it. And if you want to go the extra step, you can share this video, which will help me greatly.